Hi, I'm Joe, and now that I'm back from Vegas, I'm ready to do videos again. Now, what should I cover? No, no, nah. I know! Politics! Bet you weren't expecting that, were you? Or you were, because it's in the title, and the title's on screen right now. But whatever. So basically, why politics, Joe? Aren't you supposed to cover entertaining things? Well, if you think about it, in the past couple months, this election has been the most entertaining thing out there. So, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for, unlike other videos right now that are online. I'm just here to tell you what the average consumer thinks about the election. Now, like I said, I'm not here to tell you who to vote for. Each of these candidates are pretty worthless to me, which is why I can look at each of them objectively. So first, let's look at... No, that's too easy. We'll save him for last like a nice dessert. Let's look at Mrs. Hillary Clinton. Now, she's got way more experience than Donald Trump, which is pretty obvious, but her experience isn't exactly squeaky clean. Like, for instance, she claimed to serve as chair of the Educational Standards Committee when she was First Lady of Arkansas back in 1983. However, the state's Educational Standards Committee claims, and I quote, someone had apparently thrown out the supporting documents. So therefore, there's no proof that she's done so. But I believe her, because of all things Arkansas has to offer, would you really want to be associated with its educational system, or even worse, trying to improve it? It's kind of like saying, I was a writer for According to Jim, but only during the last season, to try and improve it. Also, she worked with those same students when she served as chair of TCBY and Walmart, so that's good. It has kind of a happy ending. Then she became First Lady when Bill Clinton became president. And no, I'm not going to make any Lewinsky jokes. If you want a Monica Lewinsky joke, watch a mid-90s rerun of Saturday Night Live, which is on VH1 for some reason. But after she was First Lady, she became Senator of New York City. New York State. A state she has nothing to do with. Remember Chippewa? No, neither does she. But after while she was senator, she had a missed roll call percentage of 9.5%, which is a way above the acceptable 2% that is the normal average. Now, to put that in perspective, remember in Ferris Bueller's Day Off when Ferris hacked into his high school computer system to change his attendance record? Yeah, he changed it from 9 to 2. So to put it another way, Hillary Clinton's senator attendance record was the same as a high school student about to be held back another year. Then she became Secretary of State when she was picked by President Barack Obama himself. Now, this is the part of her career that is the most infamous because of the whole Benghazi incident. Now, if you want to know my take and my interpretation of the Benghazi incident, it goes like this. Imagine you're assistant manager of Little Caesars and your best employee slipped on some tomato sauce, and all your other employees are saying, you should be held accountable because you're a manager on duty. And you're like, no, you're hurting my chances of becoming employee of the month. Besides, any proof that I was manager on duty at the time has been magically erased off my phone. So, you got that. And who's she running against? Trump. Donald Trump. Now, what can I say about this guy that he hasn't said about himself in the past year while running for president? It's like he had a bet with other millionaires to see what's the worst possible thing you can say to get thrown out of a presidential election. So, no, I'm not going to point out all the things that's wrong with this guy. I'm going to try and take an original stance. I'm going to try and defend him. I mean, after all, it defended the new Ghostbusters movie, so what the hell? I think it would be interesting to have a non-politician as president. People forget that it worked out when other celebrities segued into politics, such as with Sonny Bono, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and one of the original Saturday Night Live writers, Al Franken. So people forget that Donald Trump isn't the first millionaire to run for president. There was Ross Perot in 1996 and Steve Forbes back in 2000. Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I'm having a hard time defending this guy. I just don't think that he's as bad as people make him out to be. I mean, sure, he had a bunch of failed businesses, and he's basically bankrupt, so much so he couldn't even pay taxes, and now he won't release his tax forms. So, but America has a high unemployment rate, and we're in debt, so what damage could he do that George W. Bush hasn't already done? So, and what's with all this grab him by the pussy talk? I mean, did he say it during the debates? Did he say it on the campaign trail? Did he say it when he was announcing he was running for president? Did he say it 10 years before running for president? Did he say it on a major news channel? Did he say it while on the record of being interviewed? So let me get this straight. This guy said something off the record to a tabloid journalist over 10 years before running for president. Does this determine how he's going to run the country? So, and also, grab him by the pussy? That doesn't sound like a way to attract a mate, no matter what species you are. It actually sounds like a way you would want to hurt a woman. Like, if you were to figuratively say, you know what, I really hate her. She's really evil. I wish I could just grab her by the pussy. Figuratively, don't get me wrong. I'm not defending this talk whatsoever. It just sounds mean. Like, just watch. Like, I wish I could just grab her by the pussy. I wish I could just grab her by the pussy. I wish I could just grab her by the octopussy. So, now to sum up. This has been an interesting election. You have one candidate who is being investigated by the FBI again, and you have the other candidate is basically Evil Biff from Back to the Future Part 2. So it's a tough choice, but maybe you don't have to choose. It's kind of like your mom saying you have to choose between drinking sour milk or eating moldy bread. And then her saying, you better choose one of them because there's kids in China who have no food whatsoever. I mean, just because someone doesn't have anything doesn't mean you have to choose something bad. I mean, maybe you don't have to vote. I mean, you have the right to vote. Why don't you exercise the right to choose not to? Plus, you shouldn't vote for a candidate just because you don't like the other one. Don't do a revenge vote. You want to vote for someone that you truly believe will improve the country. They have the right policies, their ethics are the same as yours, and you want them to become president. That's why you should go out and exercise your right to vote. Or don't. The Electoral College is going to do whatever they want anyway. Or write in a name. I mean, that's what I'm going to do. And then when everything goes to shit, I'm going to say, don't blame me. I voted for Kodos. So, yes, I am acting like an American John Oliver. Or to put it another way, a dumbed down John Oliver. I'm not trying to get in my Apple box and preach my politics. I'm just trying to state what the average consumer thinks about the election.